Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we'll be discussing the Pickems for the Legend stage. Now I know the Challenger stage wasn't that good for me, but we're gonna change that for the Legend stage and we're gonna advance and I'm gonna try a little bit of a different approach here. I will explain how I did it and yeah, basically let's get right into it. So I went onto this website, majorieb.im, basically to predict whoever's gonna go through. So some of the matches already being played. The video is a little bit late because I was busy the last couple of days. So I predicted Heroic to win here in the first round, and I predicted Copenhagen Flames to win. Now I predict Big to win this one, and right here I predict Cloud9 to win. So what I'm basically going to do here is predict each game that I think is going to play out, and after that I'm gonna see who advances, and I'm gonna choose the guys that I think will advance in the bottom teams that will advance to the next stage, and I will pick a lottery peak for the 3-0, and I will pick a lottery peak for the 0-3 basically. So right here, I predict Cloud9 to win. This is my prediction. I think that Furia beats Spirit. I think that Spirit is probably one of the weakest teams right now in this stage. I think that Ants and FaZe are both really strong teams, but before this event and even in this event, I think that FaZe looked better generally throughout. The start to peak now where Ants already peaked before around the start of the year, so FaZe is peaking more than Ants right now. I think that FaZe will win. I think that the nip that we're seeing now is not a strong nip at all, so they could very much be my 0-3 pick, but it was Spirit. I'll explain later why. But they're not looking really well, so that's why I picked Vitality. And plus, Vitality showed us a major improvement during the Challenger stage. Now, this match is probably the toughest match for me to predict, but I am going to predict Navi. I think that Navi still is a really strong team, and I think that Navi has more to prove actually this major than G2, and they're going to bring their hearts out throughout all of this major. On the round 2 matches that are going to outcome out of my predictions. We're going to get Heroic versus Vitality. I think that Heroic are the strongest team. I think Vitality are still growing, so I'll take Heroic right here. Then Copenhagen Flames versus Navi. Again, I take Navi. I think Navi is a really strong team. FaZe Big. Now this match is a really interesting match. I think it can be a Dust 2 match where both teams really like it. But I still think that right here FaZe are the ones to win it. Furia against Cloud9. Now this is a really tough match. This is basically an aggressive playstyle versus a more calculated playstyle. I'm going to pick Cloud9 here. I think that they have a bit more of a depth into their game plan, so I'm gonna pick them. Now right here, NIP versus Liquid. I think that Liquid just showed improvement throughout the Challenger stage, so I'm going to pick Liquid right here. G2 versus Bad News Eagles. I don't really think that Bad News Eagles are going to do much this major, so I'm gonna pick G2. I think that Bad News Eagles had a very good run, but I don't think it's gonna go further than that. I'd be pleasantly surprised if they do. Imperial versus Ants. Now this match is actually a really interesting match, but I think that Ants are still the better team. Generally, they have better stars in the team, better performers, so I'm gonna get them. And then Spirit against Outsiders, I think it's a no-brainer. I think Outsiders are just levels above. So Outsiders for me. Round 3 matchups off of what we chose so far is going to be Heroic Navi for the 2-0. Now, I don't think that Navi are going to go 3-0 actually. I think that Heroic is going to beat them. That's why I think that Heroic will advance 3-0, most likely. Navi will advance like the round after that. So I'm gonna pick Heroic right here. I think that Heroic has a little bit of a better form right now. We didn't see Navi play for a long time. FaZe versus Cloud9. I pick FaZe. I think that FaZe, again, has been looking really strong prior to the major, and Cloud9, they're consistent, but they're not peaking right now as FaZe is peaking. Now, Copenhagen Flames versus Liquid. I think this match is actually a very interesting match. I don't think that both of those teams are title contenders, but they could definitely be in the playoffs. I'm going to pick Copenhagen Flames here. I think Copenhagen Flames in majors is something we have never seen before. This is just a major team basically. But I think that they're a bit better than Liquid, although I love Liquid to go through. And then Big versus Outsiders. I think Big will win. I think Big is a really strong team right now, and I think with Gobby coming back, a lot of confidence is coming back, so I'd pick Big to win here. Furia against Ants. I think that's, again, pretty much the same thing about the Cloud9 matchup. I think that Ants has a bit more depth than Furia to their game, and I think it's becoming a bit easy to read Furia, so I don't think that Furia will beat Ants, so I think Ants gets that match. I think Ants is also still looking very strong. G2 versus Vitality, same thing again. As to this Vitality match, I think that Vitality are showing us that they're improving, that they're better, but I don't think that they're that good as G2 right now, at least individually. They have very experienced players, but G2 has a lot of good individuals as well as they've been together for a bit longer. So yeah, I'd take G2 any day. NIP versus Bad News Eagles. This could be very much one of my O3s, well, obviously, but either one can be the O3. I actually think that the LAN experience that Bad News Eagles got will make them push through NIP. I actually think that. I think that Bad News Eagles is going to win this match, and they're going to go out 1-3, sorry, and not 0-3. Right here, Imperial versus Spirit. I think that Imperial actually showed us that they're still a decent team, and Spirit kind of got an easy way in. I think that Imperial are just a tiny bit better at the moment. I think Imperial still has a lot of room to grow, and they will grow, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see them in the next major, but I take Imperial over Spirit, and that's why I put Spirit as the O3. Alright, so right here, we're going to start off of the teams I think that will go out. Let's start with Liquid with the NA matchup, obviously. We're competing in NA right now, so I'm gonna rep the NA. I think that Liquid beats Imperial any day. I think that Liquid are better. I think that Liquid would go through the last stage, and I do believe in them to be better than Imperial. Although Imperial had a really good run, and I'm pretty confident to see them in the next major. And I think that they will do much better in the next major, maybe even playoffs, but we'll have to see. Right here we have Furia versus Outsiders. I think that Outsiders are just a little bit better than Furia. I think it's a passive versus aggressive matchup, which is really interesting, but I think the Yak in their last run type of thing is going to take a lot of effect in this one. I think that Outsiders got this one. So in the matches that will advance, I'm picking Cloud9 to advance over Copenhagen Flames for obvious reasons that I stated before. I actually pick Big to advance over G2. I think the Big are in a bit of a better form. I think the Big has a lot of actual depth into their game. I think the Big are really good tactically. And I'm picking Navi to beat Ants. So I'm going to pick right here, who's losing. This is basically the decider match. I'm going to pick Vitality over Copenhagen Flames, and I'm going to pick G2 over Liquid and Ants over Outsiders. So right here we got the teams that will advance. We got the teams that will advance is basically Vitality, Ants, G2, Cloud9, Big, Navi, Heroic, and FaZe. Now, as we look at the screenshot, it's basically the teams that I got to advance right here, other than Big. Now, I know that I got Heroic and FaZe on the 3-0 right here, but this is a lottery pick that I think Big can really beat any team that they're facing depending on the form that they have. So if they get a 3-0, good for them. If not, I still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right picks, and I think that this one is the right pick. So this is kind of like a safe way of doing it. So I think that no matter what, I will get 5 points here, and if you guys want to follow this way, you guys will get 5 points as well. I think that choosing the teams you know will advance is a bit more safe in the 7 teams below rather than 3-0 and the 0-3. So yeah, this basically will be my Pickems. I would love to know what Pickems you guys are doing. Share your guys' Pickems below, and hopefully we'll get it better from now on. And yeah, some more content is coming. Some more Skybox content is coming. I'm gonna get a new microphone next week, and quality is just gonna go up. So I appreciate you guys' support. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.